I will now show you how to establish a WDS bridge link with your EnStation 5 AC kit. Before we begin the configuration, we need to change the TCP/IP settings on your Ethernet adapter. Be advised that the default static IP address will be reverted back since it will be connected in standalone mode. Type in a static IP address of 192.168.1.10. Type in the subnet mask and you can leave the other fields in default. Grab the device that has the IP address of 192.168.1.1. Remember that you can find the IP address on the label behind the device. Now grab an Ethernet cable and plug it in the port that says LAN PoE. Grab your PoE injector and plug it in the port that says PoE. The next step, grab another Ethernet cable, plug it into your computer, and then plug it in on the LAN port on the PoE injector. Now grab the power cord of the PoE injector and plug the PoE injector to a power outlet. Please wait a couple minutes for the device to fully boot up. Type in the username. Now we're going to go under the network tab, click wireless. You will need to disable EnGenius in order to have access to the WDS bridge mode. An example, if we go to operation mode with EnGenius enabled, you will notice that we don't have the option for WDS bridge mode. You will need to disable it. Go to operation mode and you scroll down and you see WDS bridge mode. For the channel width, we're going to choose 20 megahertz. We're now going to choose our channel. Be advised that whichever channel you choose for your deployment has to match on the second device. In this case, we're going to choose channel 60. Now I'm going to choose my transmit power. I'm going to choose 14 dBm for my deployment. Okay, under the WDS link settings, this is where you're going to put the second 5 GHz device MAC address. We're going to enable it and we're going to input the 5 GHz MAC address. Once you have completed inputting the MAC address, you also have the ability to put a security on this setting. For this demonstration, I'm going to leave it in none. Once you're done, click save. And remember that in order for the changes to be applied, you have to click the apply button. We strongly recommend that you create a new password, a new account, but we're going to ignore it for this demonstration. Please wait while the configuration takes effect. Once you're back on the main page, scroll down. And under the wireless LAN information, you will see your new operation mode. Once you see this WDS bridge reflect on the information, that means that your device has been successfully set for WDS bridge mode. Now we need to go configure the second device. You can now unplug the first device, grab the second device and plug it in on the PoE port. Wait a couple minutes for the device to fully boot up. Now type in 192.168.1.2. Type in the username and password. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing as the first device. We're gonna go to Network, Wireless, we're going to disable NGET. Operation mode, we're going to change it to WDS bridge. The channel width, we're going to match it with the first device, which is 20 megahertz. We're going to change the channel. We're going to match it with the first device, which was channel 60. Click Save. And the transmit power, we're going to also match it with the first device. We chose 14 dBm. Now we're going to input the MAC address of the first device. Once you have completed inputting the MAC address, click Save. Now click Apply for all the changes to be applied. Wait a couple minutes for the applying changes to take effect. Once you're back on the main menu, scroll down, and under the wireless LAN information, we see that the operation mode is in WDS bridge. That means that the operation mode has been successfully set. Now it's time to install them in their corresponding location. Once they are online, we can log into the remote device and check the quality of the WDS link. Okay, we're going to log into the remote device. Type in your username and password. You can also verify through the serial number that this is the second device. Because of the -2, the primary device will have a -1. Okay, we're going to go to Connections under the Overview tab. We can now verify that our WDS link is up. You can now enjoy fast, reliable internet from your remote location.